Oh, yes, everybody. What's up? Welcome to this side of the internet. Making sure the checks are all here. Yes, we're in the house. We are most assuredly in the house. Happy Mother's Day. Hi, everybody. Welcome to all the mothers out there. Welcome to everybody out there, but it's a special day. It's a special day. Welcome to all the birthing people. It makes me cringe so hard to even, use their language or whatever, but it's kind of funny a little bit, I guess. Hello. How are you out there in internet land? This side of the internet, my name is Steven Ignoramus. I am the one true Frank today, broadcasting live, 9:03 p.m. in the one true time zone. Hope all is well out there. I'm feeling fine and dandy today, guys. Had an awesome day. Hope you are well out there in the live chat. We're broadcasting on Let's Be Frank right now, as well as the Left Can't Meme. Hope you're doing well. Amen and A Woman is the name of the episode. I don't know if you guys remember that moment. What was that, New Year's a year and a half ago or something like that, where a sitting senator prayed from, was the senator, or I guess it was the House of Representatives prayed to a Christian prayed to Brahma from the House podium, said amen and A Women. Just a callback, guys. I do not support his work. We're talking about gender roles. We don't have too much of a plan today. I mean, in the last week, huge news came out about the possibility of Roe v. Wade being repealed. Hasn't happened yet, but that was big news last Monday night. This is a Sunday night, and that news came out, and it was a big day of celebration for everyone on our side. Anyone that calls themselves right-wing or conservative or traditionalist or whatever really celebrated that. And I'm not going to show you too many clips and things like that today, because we're going to be saving that stuff for my main show on my channel tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in the one true time zone. But yeah, we're just going to be talking. Might do a little bit of Ask Me Anything. I'll show you some news articles. I actually wanted to rewatch that Amen and A Woman clip. Before we do that, let's get over to the live chat and see who's here. Might be wrong in the building. Ocean Breathe Salty, Major Victory, Linda Hayes. Hi, everybody. Wind is in the house. Hi. Hey, Wind. Do you be blowing? I mean, you're talking. You know what I mean? Who else is here? Konichiwa says Major Victory. Dr. Insomnia in the house says, if the Ignorants can't take over the internet, we'll rename it the Iggernet. Maybe it needs a little bit of work. I'm not sure. Might Be Wrong says enjoying Chinese food in our house too. That's cool. Let's watch that original video. Yeah, big shout out to all the mothers out there. I had a fantastic day. My mom sent me a really, really great Mother's Day song. You know, I was thinking about it. I asked her a couple days ago if she knew any Mother's Day hymns or like hymns, spiritual music about mothers. And then she sent me a clip from YouTube this morning of this Ricky Skaggs song called I Heard My Mother Call My Name in Prayer. It was awesome. It made my day. I learned it real fast, played it in church. And I was like, you know, I'm supposed to be getting you a present, Mom. She got me a present. It was fantastic. I'm not sure if we can listen to that song. I mean, I know this one is not going to be on YouTube later. It will just be a copyright claim. I don't know if Frank is in the chat right now, but I kind of want to listen to it. The Ignet is good. That's right. You can buy a membership to the Let's Be Frank channel. And since I'm the one true Frank tonight, it's fantastic. I might sing that song later. I just might do it. I'm not sure. All my music stuff, moms are the present. True, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, but big shout. I've been called a misogynist before. That's not true. I'm just a sweetie. Guys. I put out a tweet today that said, you know, it didn't say all this, but I said Mother's Day is an actual holiday. There's so many fake holidays out there, man. They have whole months to sin at this point, you know. But yeah, mothers are to be cherished and celebrated. Absolutely. Dear Mama. Is it called Dear Mama? Hey Mama. It's called Hey Mama by Kanye West. There's also Dear Mama by Tupac. So if you want to give a super chat, you can ask a question, or you know, I'm looking at the chat. I would love it if you gave a super chat. That would help support Frank's work. But if you want to have your comment highlighted, you can toss in some shekels. All right, let's watch this original. This is what made me think about this day. So let me get this over here. Can I? Yes. So yeah, viral moments. Again, I mean, my friend Robert Pearson did a video about this when it came out. And it was like, the telling thing was not, like most of the time, conservatives miss the point. That's, conservatives, look, I know you guys are conservatives in the chat. I'm friends with conservatives. I'm definitely on the right, but your classic method of conservative communication and strategy is losing and missing the point. No offense. I don't mean any more offense than I mean, I guess. But until we start seeing things for what they are and start, calling things what they are and not having a loser's mentality, we are going to continue to lose. But people freaked out over, my point about Robert's video is like, people freaked out about the A men and A women. We still have people saying, the Supreme Court justice can't name what a woman is. First of all, she knows exactly what a woman is. It's just for her side, yo. It's just to score points with her side. They worship science. She doesn't want to say what a woman is. She defers to a biologist. She knows exactly what a woman is. But we got people still saying that the incoming Supreme Court justice can't name what a woman is. How about the fact that she's pro-baby murder? It's always something different than what the mainstream conservatives are talking about. My point about this one is this guy is a Christian pastor that prayed to Brahma, okay? The monotheistic god Brahma, who has been known by many names in many places, and then a man and a woman, which is troubling. It's problematic, but 3 seconds before he said that, he literally, Christian pastor from the house podium, standing below in God we trust, praying to Brahma. That's the takeaway from this. Let's watch this. So yeah, what is this? January 4th, 2021. Wow, 2 days before January 6th.
Eternal God, noiselessly, we bow before your throne of grace as we...
Also, oh my gosh, the slam poetry. How influenced by crappy black cult, like intellectual, highbrow, fake competence black culture. Again, it's not all of black culture. You guys know me. I'm a rapper. I love certain parts of black culture, but this is like feminism combined with fake black cultures. That we stand here noiselessly You guys remembered Biden's inauguration where that kid did the poem? It's just so bad. It's not funny. It's low vibe, low T. It's such a bad part of our society, man.
Leave behind the politically and socially clamorous year of 2020. We gather now in this consequential chamber to inaugurate another chapter.
That guy, Raphael Warnock, is literally a pro-choice pastor.
In our roller coaster representative government.
Not him, but he's another guy, you know.
The members of this august body acknowledge your sacred supremacy and, therefore, confess that without your favor and forbearance, we enter this new year relying dangerously on our own fallible nature.
2 days after this, there was a QAnon guy with shirtless QAnon guy with goat horns standing there.
God, at a moment when many believe that the bright light of democracy is beginning to dim, empower us with an extra dose of commitment to its principles. May we...
Okay, let me go back. What's principles? What's the it they're talking about there?
God, at a moment when many believe that the bright light of democracy is beginning to dim.
Yeah, praying to God for an extra dose of commitment to democracy. Look, read the Bible, yo. Democracy is not biblical, okay? It doesn't mean it's anti-biblical 100% of the time, you know, but it's not biblical most of the time. I mean, there's that old joke that, you know, the only voting done in the Bible killed Jesus and saved Barabbas. Actually, once one of my friends said that. I looked it up. There's a couple more examples of voting, but not many. But, you know, imagine, like, what happened to thy will be done, right? Asking God for an extra dose of commitment to democracy. What if God has to say something about whether that's the right system?
Empower us with an extra dose of commitment to its principles. May we of the 117th Congress refuel the lamp of liberty, so brimful that generations unborn will witness.
Okay, fine. One of my friends, might be wrong who's in the chat right now. That's right. Okay, credit where credit's due. It wasn't just one of my friends. It was one of my good friends. It's you.
Its undying flame. And may we model community healing, control our tribal tendencies, and quicken our spirit, that we may feel
what? Say what? About your tribal what?
Community healing, control our tribal tendencies, and
control. They're not to be controlled, yo. That's one of these things that it's like everyone pretends that tribalism is inherently bad. Tribalism is better than democracy.
Quicken our spirit.
Tribalism and identity politics are good when they're the correct identity and the correct tribe.
That we may feel thy priestly presence even in moments of heightened disagreement. May we so feel your presence that our service here may not be soiled by any utterances or acts unworthy of this high office. Insert in our spirit a light so bright that we can see ourselves in our politics as we really are, soiled by selfishness, perverted by prejudice, and inveigled by ideology. Now may the God who created the world and everything in it bless us and keep us.
What does he say? May the world and everything in it bless us.
Now may the God who created the world,
the God who created the world,
everything in it,
bless us. If you ain't obeying, it's going to be hard to get his blessing.
And keep us. May the Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us.
Now we got 30 seconds left in it. This is the important part.
May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon us and give us peace. Peace in our families, peace across this land.
My point is the way that they pray is it's not about we obey. It's not about may we do what you say. May we get in line with your will. It's literally not about God. It's about man. That's how their prayers go.
And dare I ask, O Lord, peace even in this chamber. Now and
man, it's mind-blowing, dude. Mind-blowing that peace in this chamber. 2 days after this, 500,000 patriots surrounded the Capitol, and there was a shirtless, tattooed QAnon goat shaman standing there. Two days
and
after
evermore.
this.
We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. Amen.
Yeah, look at that. That is so damning right there.
God known by many names, Brahma, the monotheistic God. We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God,
What?
Brahma.
Doesn't say Yahweh, doesn't say Jesus, doesn't say, and he like stutters over that word right there. Monotheistic God, Brahma, like he knows what he's
And
doing.
evermore. We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. A man and a woman.
That's insane. That is a historical moment right there. That is literally history right there. May we be faithful as you have been faithful. Yeah. Yeah. One or more. What? One or more of the modern Bible versions say Saul was 1 year old when he became king. How can that be possible? Isn't he, what do you mean? Like what versions? I mean, and you're into the whole, yeah, you're pretty into this stuff. I've heard from you before on this, not on the Saul matter, Jedi, but, what? I've never heard of that in my life. He almost vomited. Yeah. What? I've never heard that about Saul before. So yeah, I mean the abortion stuff was a huge deal this week. I mean, we'll see what happens. Now we got, you guys should watch my show tomorrow. We're gonna be going through it. They're outside the justices. Man, they're outside of John Roberts' place, yo. You know that dude ain't voting pro-life. So I don't know, man. The world is crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this video of those Catholic fellas praying outside of a cathedral that, I don't know, there was some sort of violence threatened against. But yeah, we'll go through all of that and more. One of the points of one of the points of this show is just talk about the stuff. I'll show you stuff from time to time, articles, but one of the points of my show, the Daily Ignoramus, is basic catalog of the internet. Archive the history of it. But there's just crazy. There was a, what's it called? An anti-abortion clinic in Madison, Wisconsin, Molotov cocktailed last night. Yeah, these people are insane, man. And it's gone, whatever happened to safe, legal, and rare, people like to say. It was always going to get to this place. The reason is a moderate position on abortion has to get more evil because a moderate abortion stance is evil. So it's like, what are they going to do? Keep it safe, legal, and rare forever? No. It metastasizes. That's how evil works, and that's how good works. I mean, if you're walking the good path, it's going to get closer to God. If you're walking the evil path, if there's no repentance, it's going to get closer to evil. It has to. So it's always been demonic, yo. And we can't have the 90s back. We can't have the 80s back. We can't. Yeah, I mean, feminism, feminism is anti-biblical. And if the thing is anti-biblical, it's by definition wicked and evil. Even if it's like innocuous and nice. Plenty of nice things in this world are just pure evil. And it doesn't make them as evil as what's done to a child when an abortion happens. But it's true. I believe in a hierarchy. I believe that there's levels to good and levels to evil. If there's a good thing you can do and there's a better thing that you can do, then there's a best thing you can do. And the inverse is also true. But it's also true, on the other hand, that all sin is wicked. And all good acts, all loving acts are good, It's hard to figure the whole thing out. But, yeah, I mean, the safe, legal, and rare, and I just disagree with so many right-wingers or conservatives, their characterization on this stuff. they either don't get it or they're unable to fight the way that it's necessary because they're in the system or something like that. I don't have the whole thing figured out, but as an outside observer, a person that isn't famous, is not like a grifter, is not in on the whole game. I'm not in politics. I mean, I'm in media, but I'm not in these doors. So I can stand on the outside and just get my criticize on and get my observation on. And the tactics, the speech pattern, the communication, and the will of the mainstream right wing is so bad. Even people that are good on the right, some of the better ones, it's a loser's mentality, dude. It's like we have to have like decisive action. Like either I was talking to my friend about it last night. It's my friend Jay, who's been on my show before, and without getting too much into the personal stuff, there's a group of people that we know that I just will not associate with anymore. They hold events, and I was talking to them last night about how I can't associate with them anymore. I've seen this game. I've seen people like them. I've seen who they are, and I don't want to associate with them at all anymore. I came from D.C. These are less intellectual D.C. types, and I cannot do it. The only thing I would have to say to them is like talk about God, and since they're not really trying to hear that, it's like, what do? You have to either separate, you have to just form. It's like it is a culture war where it's like advance or retreat. Or if you're going to hold your position, it has to be tactical. All of it has to be tactical. So I was just telling him that it's like, dude, you kind of have a choice to make. I'm not trying to like I'm your friend either way. But it's like, if you're going to stick around amidst evil and not say anything and not do anything, like in a way, withdrawing is better. And that's what I'm choosing to do. But it's like, there's a choice in every single situation. Like, get close and wage combat. And I mean that in a non-physical way. I mean that in a speech way, in a love way too. I mean, like if I speak with the tongues of angels and I have not love, I'm like a sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. I mean, it is a war of love versus hate. It sounds hokey because of like Hallmark cards or whatever, but it is a game of God's love versus Satan's evil. Good versus evil is a better way to say it than love versus hate, because God hates sin, But we're in a culture war, and the gender thing has a lot to do with it. Because I've been making this point on my show a lot, that it's like all these issues like abortion, what's going on in the schools, if you take out CRT, I guess. Well, I mean, the kids thing too. It's all like how sex is regulated in a society. It seems weird to say that, but it's like, sex creates kids. Kids must be protected. If you kill a baby in the womb, it's called an abortion. Basic stuff. Bruce Jenner is Bruce Jenner's name Bruce. I mean, they're really this whole pornography is one of the biggest issues in America. That's a sex issue. Out of wedlock, sex issue, obviously. So to me, this has become not my life's work, but definitely I would say one of the biggest pillars of the culture war is the issue of how sex is regulated. And in my opinion, I mean, there's really only two or three ways to regulate any one thing. It's individually, collectively, without force, which is private, and which would be private regulation. And there's collectively with force, and that's called government. And it's one of the biggest issues. I think if we solve the sex thing, then we don't even need to go that near to like the race thing or the all kinds of other issues. It is a fundamental, foundational issue to the culture war. And you look at how much they're going crazy over, Tennessee. What do? They just outlawed abortion medication or something like that. Again, I have all these tabs over here in my stacks that I'm gonna go through tomorrow. Mitch McConnell said that nationwide abortion ban is on the table. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, guys. Now that the radical Democrats have shown their hand, it's like based Mitch McConnell, man. Also, abortion is the pro-abortion stance. Really, there's really not an argument for it. What are you guys saying in the chat? Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Who's in the chat? What's up, Renee? What's up, Hefe? You guys be debating. Tradition says Saul was 30. Because, I mean, I just don't understand. Yeah, let me look at what... It's not possible the new King James. Well, okay, regardless, but in the new King James, does it not the new King James, the new version? I don't know what that is, but aren't you King James only Jedi? And I know it in the King James it doesn't say that Saul was one. Anyway, I'll look up that on my own. ESV, huh? I'm just saying hi to you guys. Ignore it. Fine. Fine might be wrong. In this case, you're right. Yeah, how do you look up here am I not ignoring the chat. How can you look up the number of dislikes? I mean, I know there's that plugin, but how do you know that's real? Okay, so what do we got here? Yeah, I wanted to go through this thread. I mean, this one I might go through on. This is not really. I mean, I could go through this on the Daily Ignoramus, but people on my show know my stance on porn. I think it should be completely banned. I don't know, man. I'm not. I'm just a big fan of nationalizing stuff. I want fast food to be nationalized. Definitely want it nationalized and destroyed in the case of porn. It's just ridiculous, man. It's disgusting. So let's go through this thread and yeah, it's literal warfare, dude. It's a means of political control, yo. They've dumbed down the population. They've given everyone like Coomer brain. It's really sad. They've I wouldn't say they've destroyed a generation because here we are. You know what I mean? The abortion thing has, but not completely, I guess. I mean, it's like millions and millions of lives. But all right, it says, I guess I should follow this guy. The biggest porn company profits from sex trafficking and is destroying your soul. True. A history of MindGeek and how they do it. Yeah, one company owns like the six biggest websites or whatever. MindGeek is the mother company of the biggest porn producers and streaming sites. They're shadowy and beyond dangerous. I mean, it destroys everything, dude. It destroys, maybe not especially to guys, but it's just destroyed young men, man. This is where you get your soy boys from. They get themselves on porn for like more than a decade, and it like permanently rewires your brain. They're shadowy and beyond dangerous, formerly known as Manwin. In the early 2000s, little is known about them or their owners. Let's see who the owners are and what kind of sick evil they brought into our world. Fabian Thielman, the owner of Manwin, bought Pornhub, YouPorn, and RedTube, known as the guy who made porn free. This guy should be in jail for the rest of his life. 2013, he sold the company. In 2015, he was indicted on tax evasion charges. Physiognomy check this guy. So J.P. Morgan, Cornell University, and Fortress Investment Group, among others, invested in Manwin. These entities know No sexual slavery means political control. When Israel was, doing their thing with Palestine, they gave porn. They pumped porn for free into the on the cable. Or, there's some story about that. I'm not gonna get the details right. Common Michael Jones talking point. Pornhub has over 120 million daily visitors, which makes it bigger than Amazon, YouTube. This is the pandemic, dude. If you were to just wipe this off the face of the earth, how many things would improve? In traffic rankings, Netflix is nothing in comparison to how many souls they ruin. Then we got to work on Netflix. See, it doesn't stop there, dude. Netflix, the only one in Netflix, I don't know, dude. It's not like none of the porn has zero value, right? But Amazon, YouTube, and Netflix do have some like actual educational content on there. I would say next is Netflix. That's mostly just propaganda. I don't know really what's on Amazon Video or whatever. YouTube has a lot of good stuff. It's just the people that run YouTube are terrible. Bro, look at this physiognomy, man. Pure goblin. Feras Antoon on the left is the CEO, and his brother serves as vice president of MindGeek. Nothing of their personal lives is shared besides Antoon's manor burned to ashes by extreme religious group. Yeah, we covered that. Let's get another physiognomy check. Pure goblin energy. The arson attack was allegedly a reaction to MindGeek's hosting of child porn, if arson at all. I don't know what that really means. Can it be if arson at all? What do you mean? Can it be arson and that thing? 40 women, yeah, the trafficking thing. I mean, these are traumatized men. Of course, it's not only men that watch porn, but it's a lot of women that are sex slaves. I mean, I'm trying to use politically correct, being human trafficked. They're sex slaves, Mo choice. This is why I'm not big on freedom, because it's like, if there's freedom in this world, they get to do that, and it should be illegal. Let's just I've never even seen a episode of Handmaid's Tale, but those outfits are really cool. 40 women sued MindGeek for $80 million for lying about how they distribute their videos on girls do porn, coercion, intimidation, fraud tactics, but continued partnership until no longer profitable. Michael Pratt, owner of Girls Do Porn, is on the run and is now FBI's most wanted. Look closely into his eyes. There's no one home, it says. So it says, white pill, rape, and child pornography infested Pornhub, but MindGeek has been reluctant to do anything about it. I don't mean to give them credit or whatever, but they did do this big, I don't know. All this has been covered on my show. They take down 100,000 videos or something like that, and the left freaked out. The Reddit crowd. This is taking away girls' right to make money. Good, dude. Let them be poor, dude. It took MasterCard and Visa pulling their services back to force Pornhub to remove all videos from unverified users. That's over 2/3 of Pornhub's content. Again, I mean, I'm not even trying to get them credit. They need to repent and lock their doors. But it's that was good. Again, levels to evil, you know what I mean? Porn is evil, but obviously anything with kids is way more. So isn't it fascinating how so I actually give, they are MasterCard and Visa the credit for this. Isn't it fascinating how financial sanctions triggered Pornhub to remove rape videos instead of their consciousness? Their consciences, I think was the main to say. These people are less than animals. I like this ancestral vril. I like this guy. Yeah, the servers that host it, I mean, it's big business. So it's this is a multi-front. It's every person needs to be speaking out about this. You need to be able to be living above reproach, not engaging in this filth. There's this stuff about the brain. I'm not going to get into that. There's parts lit up that, amongst healthy people and compulsive users, I don't know. Cool. Yeah, there's anti-pornography groups, and very true what they're saying here. Understand it's spiritual war. If they derail your identity, you're easily controlled. Quitting porn is a lifelong battle. The devil never sleeps, eats, or rests. It's your duty to your fellow brothers and sisters to reject this degeneracy. Never compromise on this topic. Porn must be destroyed. I completely agree, dude. And it's like a lot of this is these, the people. I've said it on this show many times. You can tell a lot about a person by their lax talk and their lax language on sex. One statement that comes to mind is when there's this like a teacher in her 20s or 30s that gets with like a 14 to 60-year-old student boy. I wish I had a teacher like that when I was a kid. That's wicked. That's literally wicked, dude. If I could have, if there was a genie or whatever, there was a lamp, I wish I'd never engaged in a sexual act in my entire life. I'm not married, never been married. But it's just, that's ruins lives, man. It forever changes your perspective on gender roles. And this is the right wing I'm talking about. This is the right wing. The left wing, of course, your Reddit crowd of just like, they are like literal psychopathic Satanist baby murders. Unrepentant, very important word. Because it's like I have a past, you know what I mean? Everyone has a past, but it's like, how are you now? What's your view on obeying the law of God now? It's going to take some time. I mean, even if that day that you were wicked was like yesterday. Now, if it's yesterday or like a week ago, that's a red flag, and like trust needs to be built up again. But like everyone's got a past, man. And it's like there's you before you're a Christian and you after you become a Christian. And there's like, the sanctification process, lots of theories on that. But it just wrecked like 4 generations. Not just porn, but this whole twisted sex thing. It's this whole, that's why I go after people for being pervs in the chat, yo. And it's like there's no place for it. There's no I mean, there is kind of a line where, like, funny is funny, right? But many of the comments from people are not funny. They're just like, oh, I don't even want to say out loud the things they say. It's just cringe. It's just cringe, anti-Christian, and gross. Yeah, porn is gay. It is gay. It's literal, like, voyeurist, like, I'm not going to. So many things I just don't want to say out loud. Yeah, of course. Definitely not closet perv. Nope. God has a natural order, and when we violate it, there's consequences. That's so based, Mr. Richards. We don't have TV in our house. We listen to church music. I don't have a TV either. I haven't had a TV in many years. Yeah, I haven't done any. I haven't done really, like, statistically negligible amount of fiction in the last 10 years. Really, I've only been a Christian for 3, but something's been up with fiction for a while. I enjoy nonfiction, but then you got to get red pill. Not you, but one must get red pilled on how much of the nonfiction is fiction. Yeah, Obama's own like a media company. So, yeah, the stuff with the kids is just incredible is the wrong word, but it's just like, Duke divinity. I mean, when it's that's how you know Satan's at work, bro. Because it goes straight to the Christian stuff. Duke divinity leads prayer to the great queer one, also known as the fabulous one, fluid and ever becoming one drag queen and trans man. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just so bad. Yeah, the holy this is like Satan's game, dude. The holy and queer one be with you and also with you. We want to affirm everyone to be who they truly are, to step into the Holy One's fire that burns away all that says we are not good enough. It's all Satanism. It's do as thou wilt. It's like even the word happiness is a red flag. We want you to be happy. Why? Why should we be happy? Why do we have the right to happiness? Why do we? No. 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 Sorry. How did I become a Christian? A long process. I was raised relatively Christian. I certainly wasn't raised not Christian. I had some pretty epic experiences. You know, I thought I was a Christian when I was like in 4th or 5th grade. But, you know, in my early 20s, I started getting into all kinds of stuff. I was right on the verge of being like a total like transhumanist, essentially, like a secular not atheist, like a Gnostic or whatever. I don't know what the right word, like a deist. And I became a Christian, I think it was like in mid-March, late March 2019. I don't know. It was essentially like a spiritual experience. And I like the words popped into my head. Jesus Christ is real. Jesus Christ is the truth. And I was like weeping like crazy. And it was at the end of like a 10-year battle with all kinds of philosophies and ideologies. I've been a lifelong reader. But I started reading the Bible again, started reading Dostoevsky. I mean, I was the year before, I was into like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan and stuff like that. And I just realized that I was struggling with things like substance abuse, you know, like I gave up smoking weed for Lent. I wasn't even a Christian at the time. I gave up smoking weed for Lent. And the next day I smoked weed. I was like, I'm just going to try this. And it just popped into my head that I literally cannot overcome anything alone. And this is pre being a Christian. I was like, I can't do a single good thing alone. And then like the words Jesus Christ is real popped into my head, and it drove me to my knees. And that's when I gave my life to Christ. And it took me a while to even it's like, there was a long battle after that of like, again, I guess you could call that the sanctification process. It was like, it wasn't pretty, you know, but over time, like God won over a big segment of my behavior. My behavior just started changing, and my speech started becoming more clear. Started becoming more decisive. I was able to speak up when I was afraid more. And I could feel God working in my life. So it's like, I guess it happened that day, but also like, and then the struggles I went through with like January 6th with all kinds of stuff just further solidified that I am on the team of, I'm on the team of the great creator. And it's my job to do what he tells me to do. And I'm not talking about like him speaking to me all the time. I'm talking about reading the Bible and like, what does it say? What are you commanded to do? Like, shut up and do what you're commanded, you know? So I guess it happened like that one day, but it's been a crazy process since then. Yeah, I'm definitely a Christian, 100%. Believing and having faith in God, yep. True. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the way that these people speak and talk, it's just all individual. That's why individualism as it's presented is also not good. It's not a good ideology. I'm not saying full collectivism is necessarily good evil, but it's all about, like, if you look, we've been through this on air before on my other show. It's like, look at what the tenets of the satanic temple is. It's all like centered in individualism. That's why I reject, like, Westernism, Americanism is not good. Duke Divinity, holy crap, man! Is there video of this? They put scripture to rebuke this. That's good. But I have my huge problems with not to be. Mainstream conservatism is just so co-opted, man. Every single one of them would have been like a far left radical 50 years ago. Because they're so accepting of sin. To be right wing is to be Christian. To be a Christian is to not accept sin. What are you guys complaining about in there? All right. Conservative. I don't want to go through. Libs of TikTok. That's her work. Look at this goblin, though. Oh, my goodness. Dude, physiognomy is so real, man.
A lot of
That voice. I guess we are going through it. That voice, though.
abortion advocates
What is... It's Pat.
are also seemingly really into the idea of finding out their child's sex really early on. And I think this is because of this like underlying cultural idea that gender confers humanity. And
what is that? This interesting... my pastor today, look at that pause game. I'm too talented at the pause game strong. Look at that. We could just pick apart that physiognomy with like a fine-tooth comb. But my pastor today at church was saying, he's made a very profound point. I think I agree with him. And I want to ask him more about it. But he today, obviously is Mother's Day, and he did a message on marriage, right? Marriage, true love. He talks like that. No, he doesn't. But he's like, government does not reflect God's nature, and this guy is about God. He is not. He is he's a veteran. He's not trying to. He's rooted in the Bible. He knows what the Bible has to say about government. But he's like, marriage is the institution that reflects God's nature. In that God created marriage prior to the fall of man. There was no government until after the fall of man. And. There's obviously stuff all over the Bible about what government is and what its role is, but but marriage reflects the God's nature, if that makes sense. And Christ's bride was the church. You know what I mean? So if you look in Ephesians 5, it speaks about this. You never look at can't look away, but you don't want to keep looking. It's like look at the bottom teeth row. That's really what I can't stop looking at. Like the way that the jaw is open. Yeah, the way that the jaw is open, it's got like the bottom horse teeth. And the voice. I mean, just look at you.
If you're against people aborting fetuses, you need to construct them as like
you a killer.
Fully people. And one of the mechanisms to do so is by putting gender on them. So we often call fetuses like it, or we call even early babies, we often call it, babies like it's crying because it's like not quite gotten gender and it's not quite become a person. But like a lot of conservatives who are really anti-abortion and really pro-reproduction.
What? Pro-reproduction?
They're obsessed with gendering their children.
Yeah, you guys got to watch my show tomorrow if you haven't seen a lot of these clips.
Before they're even born.
They're just coming out and saying
they come into world.
This is not even that bad.
Fully gendered because it's like how to humanize them and to stop people from being able to have safe access to abortion.
Bruh. Rugby. Is there rugby in America? Guam? Nice. Tian calls for rugby coach, calls for ban. Dude, I've been saying for a little bit that they need like a third league in men and women, and they need like the whatever league. Like all drugs are allowed, like any type sort of like freak show is allowed. I think that would be really entertaining. I'm all about because I would, if I could have my ways, I would bring back like the Coliseum and duels and stuff like that. I think having like a third classification would be epic, yo. I mean, look, I'm just saying if it's like an if then statement. If the world is going to be the way it is, let's just have a whatever league. Yeah, humans are pro reproductive. Like that's another reason you could just tell it's a full on death cult. Because they're like, if the world was the way that they wanted it, there'd be no people left. So it's really a nihilistic worldview. Many books have been written on this. I'm not going to even address them, but I just think it's so funny, the obvious things that get said. Really? Like, I'm not. Again, I'm not going to address, I'm not going to say any names, not going to. Really? I've never heard of that one. Really? Like, who's your audience? Like, who are you saying it for? Like, yourself? Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying? I'm really going to like my full like curious place. My full like I really don't know and like want to know, but I don't want to like name any. It's like who are you speaking to? Is it just you're affirming yourself? Is it like you think people in the chat don't know? Because I mean, I get like pretty, whatever the word is, like autistic or obsessive over like certain words, and I'm just wondering, it's like who is what is saying something? That's a question that like what is saying something? Like, you're making a statement. Like right now I'm making a statement. Right? And I'm making it for you guys to prove a point. I mean, there is an element of I'm working through my own thoughts and I'm like surmising and things like that. But in theory, everything that's said has a point and an audience, right? But it's like when I'm like, who doesn't know some of the things that are being said in the live chat? Like, I understand what's it called? I might be wrongs because it's talking. Like, this one is an example of one that is very obvious but funny and has a point to it. Pretty sure humans are pro reproduction. Like, I can get the tone of it. It addresses like the ridiculousness of the last clip. But like, so it's like, who is the audience here? Sin is bad. Wanted you to know. Yes. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to my mom. She might be watching right now. Yeah, love that lady. God has worked in mine and my mom's life and our relationship so much. It's like, it is one of the best. It was one of the singest biggle blessings in my life. It's just incredible what God's done. I mean, that's an interesting thing. And I was talking to her about it today, and I bring this up every Thanksgiving. I didn't say it in this way to my mom, but it's like every single holiday is really about God. It's about the mother. But it's like I thanked my mom for what she's done in my life. But more than anything, I'm thankful to God that he picked a unique woman and she had me, a unique man. And Thanksgiving is not about what we're thankful for. It is about what we're thankful for. But really what Thanksgiving is about who we're thankful to for moving in the way he does. Like every single holiday, holy day, every single holiday is about God. It's all about God, yo. I just had to bring up like the obvious statement thing. It's just like I'm just sitting here observing, and it's become funny. Like a year ago, it actually made not upset, but I was like, dude, it's cringe. But it's like some of the obvious things. I'm going through puberty on air. But like, forget about what we're thankful for. Like, what am I thankful for? My cornbread? I mean, give us this day our daily bread, right? That's not about the bread. That's about the giver of bread, So, yeah, Mama Ignoramus is awesome. She's fantastic. All right. So, I mean, it's good to see people fighting back and things like that. It takes a multi-institutional thing, but like if conservatives retain their old mindset, man, we're going to get conquered. We're already kind of been conquered. It's about building up and like Phoenix rising from the ashes kind of. But the mindset, the loser's mentality and the loser's way of communicating just has to stop, man. And really one of the biggest ones is like man's, like literal, like not like humankind, like males, in unwillingness to get in institutions of leadership and crush. That is what I see as the biggest, one of the bigger things that can be done to win the culture war. It's like, why are based pastors not running for office? Back in the day, pastors would be at the front of the march for like whatever issue, and a lot of it was for bad issues, like, like leftist issues. But why do based pastors not run for mayor or office or whatever? I know they have to shepherd their flock, but it's like that will help you shepherd your flock and will set an example. We need good Christian men in office. Yeah, no, I'm thankful for cornbread, for sure. No, I didn't mean to disparage the corn. What about cornbread and milk, though? Big callback, by the way. What is that, like episode 4 of this side of the internet? We talked about cornbread and milk while we're resting our head on our pillow for like an hour. I'd never heard of it. Someone in the chat was like, brought up during the Depression. I was like, what the? No, do not... I don't mean to disparage cornbread. Jalapenos. But my point my point might be wrong. My wrong says pastors have a greater calling than politics. My argument or what I'm criticizing is the dichotomy. It's like, and it doesn't, I don't even, we can get to political office. First of all, would you agree that like it's a little bit of a false dichotomy, that it's like an either or thing, that it's not necessarily an either or? That's kind of my main point. But also just being outside of the abortion clinic, outside, we can start there with just being present in the community. That would be what I would say initially. Whatever, but also influencing someone in their congregation to run. I don't see a lot of that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily mean, hey, Frank's here, man. This is funny. Look at this. I like you better than Frank, LOL. Frank says, thanks, Pete, LOL. Hey, I'm here because of Frank, Drama! E-drama, dude. But like, that's kind of what I mean. It's like an either or thing. Like, can we start with just like, what about like when I was at a church in Lorton, Virginia, when I lived at that Airbnb for a couple months, F in the chat for my Airbnb account. I now no longer can get an Airbnb for the rest of my life. Got banned last year. But like the dude was taking a stance in public, at least. He didn't talk about, he talked about abortion from the pulpit, and he was just like, listen, one party is pro-abortion, the other side is barely pro-life. He's like, we have to side with the ones that are barely pro-life. But he would at least take a stance and be like, this is what's going on in our community. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, the flock should be more active. Yeah, it's so funny how like the way that, me might be wrong, like agree on almost everything other than like the way to say it. Cause I'm just a poo slinger. That I'm just like stand, and then might be wrong. Yeah. He's my internet dad. What? Clapback? Yo, and I'll have a response. Yo, wait for the clapback. I'm making a whole video about Stephen now with the iceberg. Pastors should be properly disciplining the flock to raise them up to be godly leaders outside the church. That's the correct stance. For shizzle. Bro, Airbnb though. Yeah, I mean the whole look, there's not a single denomination that's like that doesn't have. Katie's bringing up someone claiming to be a Catholic priest being pro. Yeah, every single denomination has every single one has some stuff like that. It's ridiculous. That's why it's like I will call out one of the ones I was looking at earlier. Like Major Victory just says, not everyone who claims to be a Christian is a Christian. Like, what? Really? No way. I've never heard that. You know, I love Major Victory. He's a regular on my show. He can take it. But it's like, what? So my question, I'm just like, who's the audience there? I'm like, you know, there's almost nothing more, you know, there's fake Christians existing is so biblical. Dude, Frank's making a video. I got to do the clap back, bro. Yeah, sub to my channel, dog. If you like me more than Frank, I understand and I agree. Yeah, let me link my channel. Please subscribe to me, guys. I'm streaming tomorrow, 11 a.m. Talking all this and more. Yeah, I mean, I've went through lists of the different denominations, and like, there's just, you know, one day I walked around. This is before I streamed mobile, but I walked around in DC and took a picture of every single church that had like a gay pride flag. It was the middle of June. You know, Pride Month in DC is ridiculous. It's just Satan's playground, bro. You're talking to Oceans, but you're good. Yeah. Because I wasn't keeping up with the chat. So, but I walked around DC and took pictures of all the churches I could with pride flag. There was not one denomination that was okay. It's like anywhere in DC you could find a church of a certain denomination with pride stuff, with all kinds of crap, dude. Yeah, it's about the heart. It's about the heart. I mean, I think that also, you know, there's so many more questions that get to the root of stuff than are you a Christian? Who is Jesus? Do you believe what the Bible says? You know, like there's so many questions that can get to it. I mean, figuring out if you're a Christian is what you're trying to do, but it's not every Satanist says they're a Christian, almost all of them. In reality, most Christians are like New Age pagans. That's really what it is. It's like New Age, feminism, Hinduism Buddhism have really infiltrated everything. So it's like, man, I talked to this girl that like said she was a Christian. I go on her Facebook page and it's like literally Mother Gaia. Like literal like praying to Mother Gaia in the earth spirit. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I put a link in there. Did I not do it? Yeah, living a Christian. Well, the thing is that the title of Christian is not true if you're not striving to live a Christian life. Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's the heart, how they talk, but that's part of your life. That's part of your actions, right? But you should also, I think it's also important to have the title. That's another way that I differ from a lot of people, like the anti-label crowd. Not saying that about you, Katie, but like I've noticed that a lot. Part of my job and part of my growth has been looking at these cliches that people say. It's important. I'm a Christian. You know, if I'm a man. I'm a Christian. I'm an American. It's no big deal. Just because other people, again, this is what I call the launch pad, where I take one comment. It sounds like I'm talking to this one person, but it's like I mean it though. Like, it's like no labels, man. That's a New Age thing. Not saying you're saying that. Disclaimer. I feel like I have to say that anytime I bring up a chat, but that's just because I like talking about groups and generalizing more than. And I think that gets you more ground intellectually. Like you make more points. It's like if you observe how groups talk and you like respond to them. But it's like, you know, I am a Christian, and just because there are fake Christians doesn't mean that being a Christian isn't a thing. Carry the name of God well. Yeah, agree. Hardcore agree, bro. Dude, Hinduism run amok. Hinduism run amok in the society. Yeah, they don't even know. They just don't know, man. Yeah, and I call it like New Age or Gnosticism or whatever. What the? I won't address that one. I have to. My wife, funny thing is my woman is more anti-abortion than I am. She wants one free abortion. If you get it, then you get sterilized. My wife is a beast. She wants one free abortion, but she's more hardcore than you. My brain is going in. My brain's in pain processing that. I don't get it. Yeah, but it should be treated as murder. That made my brain hurt. I'm like trying so hard to the meme where the math lady. That made my brain hurt. And then dude just says question mark. What will you say? What's your question? What is that one? I'm something of a highlighter myself. So, what? And when people are like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Someone said that earlier. Like, that's the craziest take I've ever heard. As I deliver 100 takes a minute. Maybe I should. I was born to do this, guys. I was born to live stream. Oh, yeah. If you get one, you get sterilized. If you get, I don't know. I mean, it should be regarded as murder. We should start there. Where's Frank at? I am Frank. I am Frank. This is me and I am him. Slim with the tilted brim. That's me. I am Frank. We've Michael Jacksoned up Frank. Frank, Steve. God, I'll stop. Steve. We're every Sunday night, 9 p.m. I host Frank's channel. This is Bargain Bin Frank, Gringo Frank, Dollar Store Frank. What's the other one? We have a lot of them. Faux rank. I can't really. Yeah, so let's be. Steve. That's good. Let's be Forang. And not only is that my name, it's Frank is now saying it. So, yeah, this Bleach Frank, that's good. That's good. Goodwill Frank. It's pretty good. Got anything other things? Yeah, there's just so much darkness. I'll save it for my people. Young Frank. Yeah, that one's okay. That one's okay. We can do better. Do better, Mary. Just kidding. I hate the phrase "do better." It's really the speak as real. I'm on to your not the people in chat, but like the way that these Reddit crowd, like the way feminists speak is like it's derived from academia. It's really polluted all of society. Considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I'll take it. Let's not be frank. Let's not be frank. That's funny. Let's not be frank. I don't think Frank's here anymore. That's me typing. I am Frank. I should just communicate only as Frank. I am Frank. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He is not Frank. I am. So fun. Really? I mean, that's what the show's starting to be like. The first hour is relatively serious. Then the last half hour, let's just be me doing my thing. We cannot all be frank. We're individualist here. This is an individualist stream. Next week, we're talking about why the Constitution is not a conservative document. I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. I almost did it today, and then I was like, it's Mother's Day. Oh, I should be Frank. I should change my name to Frankly the Best. There you go. I'm the one true Frank. If an imposter comes up in here, he's not Frank. Francticus. The one true Frank. That's right. I gotta change the banner as well. Can I edit it? Edit. There you go. So, save. There you go. This side of the internet with Gringo Frank. I do like John Doyle. Do you like John Doyle? I'm a big fan of John Doyle. So, frankly, not Frank. The best of all time. We live in clown world, bro. Mayor Pete went on The View and agreed with the insane left notion that Florida's anti-grooming law will kill kids. They just say whatever.
And in my state of Florida,
I never really watched this show, but like, I remember having a laughing attack one time over like just the roundness of this lady. I do like John Doyle. Do you like John Doyle?
in my state of Florida, with the so-called "Don't Say Gay" law now, which he says will kill kids. Do you agree? And as a politician, because this strikes you as your husband is a teacher,
Yeah.
You are obviously LGBTQ yourself, and you are now a parent.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this?
He's right. And I think every law ought to be judged for the effect it's going to have on real
perfect word. Oh my goodness, rotund. Rotund, is that how you say it? That's literally what it is. Yeah, that's the perfect word.
people in real life. And I get the political reasons why they're doing this. By the way, some of those political reasons, they don't have a plan on anything else, right? I mean, they don't have a plan on dealing with inflation or dealing with gas prices or dealing with the issue.
You don't even know what, like, the natural use for the human body is, Pete. Like, the chubby dude with the mustache, yeah. Yeah, The View is just, it's... That's one of them. It's like, if you could get paid millions of dollars to be on The View, you probably would, right? The problem is they have an audience. Maybe they don't, right? Yeah, let's calm down on the Fed posting, all right? On the wood chipper posting. It's like, this shit is so cringe, man. It's so cringe. No one's going to do anything. No one is doing anything. No one's gonna do anything, nor should they. It's just not funny. And I'm a comedy guy. It's just like this old, played out meme. Dude, the British accent is so gay. According to the BBC, heterosexuality was invented in 1934. Who's the writer here? I'm sensing a little bit who's the author? Why do they have to Brandon Abrosino? Who? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my, look at this, bro. Look at this fella. He can't exactly. Yeah, E. Michael Jones. He can't design an alley because he doesn't understand sexual design yet. Look at this fella. Let's go to his Twitter. This is my favorite part of the internet. Writer, tap dancer, koosh ball collector. Theology and ethics at Villanova. Behold your enemy. Like, imagine just getting tortured to death by this guy. Imagine your last moments. You're getting tortured to death by this guy. I heard Nick Fuentes doing a bit about this on his show. Where he's like, it's like women in power be like, I did a thing today, as they like hold up a severed head of a MAGA supporter. Like, boss girl, I did a thing today. Like, Instagram story. And it's just like, torturing patriots to death. Oh my gosh, dude. So true, man. Trying to be a kind tweeter. Works at BBC Future, Politico, Globe, and Mail. He's got a channel? No way. Okay, so he's one TED Talk. Kooshball? Kooshball is the thing with the strands? I did a thing. Like, holds up, like Kathy Griffin holding up, like, my severed head. Like, I did a thing today. Boss girl. Come on. Kooshballs are these. Kooshball. Yeah. And then just the rock on a koosh. Okay. Boss girl. Living your best life, babe. No, I don't have the stacks. No. Did I show you stuff? I don't have the... No. Torturing people while Cher plays in the background. True. So true. Kooshball. Oh, bro, this is one that we needed. We need this in solidarity. Look at this one.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed and smiling. Ah!
Was that? That wasn't really even a punch, really. Was it? Yeah, it was. That was same form as Will Smith right there. That was
smiling. Ah!
And he what? I don't know. Just gives.
She slapped him. Oh, unbelievable! Unbelievable! The first smiling. Oh, she slapped him.
That's what I like, dude. That's like the role of police, dude. The role of police is to do that to my enemies. Oh, I love you guys so much. Apple officially rolls out pregnant man emoji to all 1 billion iPhones. I'm something of a kooshball collector myself. Then he collects something else. The role of police in my society is a very niche. Very niche. Yeah. Very, very specific. Very limited role. If you know what I mean. I love Steve Inman. Dude's the bomb. It looks like Bill Gates. I know. People have been saying that. I completely agree. Look, it looks like Bill Gates, yo. Congratulations, trans activist. You've helped a male blood-drinking Satanist, rapist, murderer get into a woman's correctional facility and possibly impregnate 2 prisoners. Look at that. What the? Sadistic killer with a blood fetish transferred to New Jersey women's prison. Dude. Gonna be a yikes from me. Look at that chin. Look at that strong chin. That could take a punch. I don't want it to, but I'm saying it could. Self-portrait of Bill Gates. Hacky sacks are a bit before. No, I mean, I tried a hacky sack. You know, whatever. Who needs a house out in hacky sack? That's the lyric, right? Bro, this is like, there's a part in 1 Corinthians that's like, let these things not even be spoke of among you. Like, that's what I think about when I look at this article. Let these things not even be spoken of. A sadistic male convict who admitted to killing a prostituted woman to satisfy a blood fetish, now identifies as transgender, has been transferred to Edna Mahan Women's Correctional Facility. Let these things not even be spoken of amongst the body. Look at that face. Oh, buddy. We got to stick together, folks. We'll go through this one on my show. I've met this guy before. I've met Senator Chris Murphy. Dad facing criminal charges for accusing woke activists of grooming. Wow. So what was the charge, yo? Yep. It is what it is. You're going to have to, if you guys really want to see this content, you're going to have to watch my show. I know you really want to see two inmates at all women's New Jersey prison are pregnant after both had sex with the same transgender inmate. Well, that's the one we already covered, but yeah, 1 Corinthians, don't even go there. Yeah, it's facts. Facts. So I hope you guys have a great night. Big shout out to all the mothers out there. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Not everyone's a mom, but everyone's got a mom. So, might be wrong. Just change his profile to match. This is a good thing to be able to do at the end here. Might be. Oh yeah, follow might be wrong on Twitter. I forgot about this. Follow I Never Ever Wrong. He made the thumbnail for tonight. I Never Ever Wrong. Let me link that. I mean, Frank will link that. Made the stunning. I love that you did that, man. That's so funny. Don't the Japanese have that law? If you claim the T status, the organ has got to go. Japan makes you do that, I think. So yeah, follow I Never Ever Wrong. I put the link in the chat. He's a writer, tap dancer, koosh ball collector, theology and ethics at Villanova U, work in BBC Future, Politico. This is so funny. People are gonna think you're a journalist, dude. Trying to be the last part of all of them, trying to be a kind tweeter. It's like that's your life's work. Ridiculous. Trying to be a kind tweeter. Stop it. You should be ashamed of yourself. Trying to be a kind tweeter. Every word bothers me. Every single word has been destroyed in my, I can't even hear the word happiness without criticizing it. I can't hear the word happiness or even when someone starts if you start your sentences with I'll criticize it because it's been ruined by this Hallmark talk, dude. Mike Wrong is definitely not a kind tweeter. He's trying though. He's trying hard. He's trying. Wish I could play this Ricky Skaggs song on air from YouTube. You're trying to be famous. Come on, bruh, just trying to be famous. That moment in the Rittenhouse trial when they put his TikTok up there was like top 10 Keck moments in news history. Oh yeah, so this gets deleted on Let's Be Frank's channel. So go over to the Left Can't Meme, check it out. It'll also be a podcast. I forgot to upload my podcast from last week, so I'll upload last week's this side of the internet tonight or tomorrow, and then I'll do this one in a couple days. There's no try. There's only 4 doors. Yeah, that TikTok moment, sir, is this or is this not your account? 4 doors more whores. Bruh, just trying to be famous. That was all time. I was like, what the? I streamed it live on air, right? And I was like, is that really? I had to double take. I was like, what? Yo! Oh my goodness. He's trying and he cares, right? I wouldn't have it any other way. I need friends that try hard and care a lot. Yeah, I really need to I really need to it's like there's no room for modern speak at all in my life anymore. I gotta relax on that a little bit. Yes, sir. He just says yes, sir. Yeah. Well, the show's over, Elefanty. But we were talking about gender. We were talking about abortion, all kinds of stuff. Abolishing all gender. That was what it is. Yeah, it made him seem like such a good guy. Like, that was so funny, yo. That was classic. Play Ricky. I will play that tomorrow, yeah. The topic is, can Steven finish on time? Look, remember, I get franctioned and turn into a pumpkin at 10:30 if I go over time. Yeah, I will play that Ricky Skaggs song tomorrow. Pray for me, guys. I get sentenced on Tuesday. Yep. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I saw a tweet that was like, Happy Mother's Day to all the January 6th defendants. I was like, oh, I retweeted it. Yeah, pray for me, guys. Yeah, the jury went, he's a real boy. Yeah. Steve Arella. Yep. I don't want to get franctioned. I wouldn't want, Frank was kind and generous last week. I went one minute over. He didn't franction me. Yeah, I don't ask for prayers all that much, but when I do, it's in this situation. Oh, this thing called life, guys. It's like those in power are talking to me. I'm like, what are you, a Hallmark card? Like, what are you doing, a Lifetime show over there? No, I'm not going to talk any more than that about it, Mary. I don't know. I do, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Just give me some prayers. I know, we talked earlier, but appreciate it. Yeah, if you don't know, I kind of just mentioned it, but if you don't know, you don't know. Thank you, Horatius. Yeah, if you listen to me speak in the last 3 minutes, I said what it was about, so. This thing called life, man, it'll turn out how God has ordained. Fact. Big facts, Jack. Big facts. This thing called life is just amazing, man. I love it. I love life. It's just so unique. It's like one of a kind. You only have one of them. And it's like the things that we do, the things that we choose to not do. I really for how philosophic or in depth I get with stuff, my thoughts are so much more deep. I could ruminate on on decision making and time and speech for hours. But it's just like we get one, it's so complicated yet simple. Like the dichotomy to life of just you only get one of it. It's like meta. That's what it's like. It's metaphysical. Like we live a metaphysical spiritual existence. It's like, it's not, I'm not making a proof for the soul right now, but there has to be a spiritual realm. It's like we have to have a creator, a good creator, an orderly God. You only have one life and you have a unique soul, and time is linear in a way, and it's illinear in a way. It's just amazing what life is, man. Yeah. It's just incredible. Gotta go. I'm getting franctioned right now. Love you guys so much, yo. I'll see you next Sunday. We're talking about the Constitution and the Bible next week. I got thoughts. Relax and take notes. All right, or don't, whatever. Or just enjoy the show. Or just enjoy yourself. Where'd it go? Oh. Sums up with this clip. Got them smooths. You only go dun 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 dun. Yo! Dun 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 dun. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. But he's nervous. But on the surface, he looks calm. Spaghetti to drop bombs. But he keeps on spaghetti. Have a good one, guys. Love you so much. Next Sunday, I'm streaming tomorrow morning from my channel, Ignoramus Media. Replays go to Odyssey. This will be only on the Left Can't Meme. So I'll delete this link in a little bit. Get over to Left Can't Meme and give that a follow. Much love to Frank. Much love to me, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Tyson Fury, great man. Have a good one, everybody. See you when I see you. Have a nice week. This Side of the Internet, episode 16, featuring yours truly, the one true Frank. That's me, guys. He is I, and I'm him, Slim, with the tilted brim. That's my name. Peace out.